and wash my hands to be clean and set the oven to 350. It's just starting to warm up. So I'm going to go ahead and melt a stick of unsalted butter, and then I will get right back with you guys. Alright. Okay, so I went ahead and as you can see the butter is melted. I'm just going to have to stir it around in a second. Put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. So we're going to kind of try and get a good angle here. Okay, so as you can see right here I have two different pans that I'm going to put my chocolate chip muffin cupcakes in. I have a bigger one and then I have a smaller one. And it says it makes 12 cupcakes, so this only has 6, and I don't really want to do 2 different cooking times with this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and just put the 6 little things in here. And then I'm going to spray them with this Pam Original. And it really just needs to be kind of a light spray just so the muffins don't stick in the thing. And these are about 2 of these is one of those, or it's really close to that. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About I will do all 12 of these as well, just because. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. It said to mix all the ingredients in a large bowl, the first 6 ingredients that is. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 1 2/3 cup of flour. You can see the flour right here. So, gotta make sure you guys can see this. That is really going to be close to 1 2/3 cups right there. Alright, and then I'll probably just do about 1/3 more, because 1/3 just went in there for me shaking it around. Okay, so 1 2/3 cups of flour. Then we just need 1 cup of like sugar. You can see my sugar right there. So just 1 cup of this, which is actually quite a bit. I'll have to like refill our sugar stock after tonight. So you can see that I probably want a little bit more. Wow, this is going to be really close to perfect. And I would rather have a tiny bit more sugar than running on the low side. That's just my preference. 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. And since I don't actually have pumpkin pie spice, I was looking at other recipes and they offered cinnamon sugar instead of that. So I'm going to have to do that. And I'm going to mix the cinnamon sugar with the ground cinnamon. I'm going to kind of do like a mixture of both. And it said 1 tablespoon, which is that big. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So about half and half. Hopefully you can see that I'm doing that. If not, I'm sorry. It'll taste a little bit different, but if anything, I think it'll be a positive. Oops, okay, that's plenty. So we've got that in there. Then after that, we are going to need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Just some Arm & Hammer baking soda. 1 teaspoon it says, which is a little bitty. And if I were you, I would always do this over the bowl just because, you know, if you make, like, you don't want it going in your kitchen, so do it over the bowl because it's going in there anyways. Okay, then I need 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, so Clara is stupid and she accidentally just put 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I didn't read it right. So now I'm actually going to put 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, which, yeah, so now I'll have it right the first time. Yeah, 1/4. Okay, we've got that in there, and then we need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which I have got, as you can see right here. 1/4 teaspoon of that. And then this up a bit just to get all the ingredients in there. You can see that stirring up, and then we're going to add the chocolate chips in there, and we want a whole cup of those. So, and I might add just a little bit more because I love chocolate chips. So a whole cup is actually a lot of chocolate chips. Yeah. So, and it says to coat them kind of, so they all sort of are mixed in evenly. So you can see me mixing them, kind of spreading them out even. Oh, and my oven just beeped, and I'm going to kind of blend them in. Then I'm going to add probably, you know, a few more, just because I like the chocolate. Add as much chocolate as you want, in my opinion. Okay, so I've got all the chocolate chips in there and everything else, and I'm going to go ahead and move on and get another bowl for the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so here's my second bowl, which is going to have all my like eggs, butter, pumpkin, that kind of ingredients in there. And I'm actually going to add 1 teaspoon of this vanilla extract. It actually didn't call for it in the recipe I'm doing, but my friend's recipe had it, and most recipes do. I was surprised this one didn't. I was like, what the heck, I'm going to add it. I think it's just going to add a little bit of flavor. So let's go ahead and finish the rest of it. Now, we need to add all of the rest of the ingredients in here. We're going to add 2 large eggs, and I'm just using just any old eggs. I don't know if you guys have preferences, but I don't think it matters. So 2 eggs. Hopefully you guys can see my egg cracking skills. If not, I'm sorry. Yum is all I can really say. Make sure you wash your hands or you swipe them off after handling eggs, just for salmonella poisoning. You don't want that. Then you're going to add 1 cup of the pumpkin pie mixture. So I have to go ahead and decan that. So hold. Okay, so we want 1 cup of this lovely looking stuff. It's amazing that this stuff actually tastes delicious after you do this. And a lot of people are like, hey, this is kind of a recipe for Thanksgiving. Well, I'm that kind of person that can eat like certain foods like any time of the year. I don't really have preferences, so sorry if that's how you are, but I love this recipe whenever. That looks about good to me. Alright, we're going to mix all this butter in there, and it'll definitely melt all the way when I start mixing this all together, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So let's do that, I guess. Alright, you can see it's mixed very well. We're going to go ahead and mix in all the flour. Muffin holder things, I guess it's more of a cupcake holder, but it totally works for muffins. Then we're going to, muffins are cupcakes, what am I talking about? We're going to put it in the oven and bake for 20 to 25 minutes until, like, when you touch them they spring back. But as for the little ones, you, Muffins. Have fun in there. We'll see you in 25 minutes. Woo!
Yesterday, right?